The day I heard my womb speak, that was a day I'll never forget. Not because something loud happened, but because everything got so quiet. I finally heard something I didn't know I'd been missing. I heard my womb speak. And no, it wasn't like a voice with words. It was slower, lower, fuller, like something ancient was remembering itself inside of me. But let me start from the beginning. It was one of those days where I felt disconnected from everything, especially myself. I had spent most of the week in my head, overthinking, overdoing, trying to get everything right, but feeling off the whole time. I didn't know what was wrong. I just knew I was tired in a way sleep didn't fix. So I did something I hadn't done in a while. I laid down on the floor, not to meditate, not to stretch, just to lay down, no agenda, just to be. I placed my hands gently on my lower belly, right below my navel. I didn't know why. I just felt drawn to. And then I took a breath in and then out. Not to calm anything down, not to feel something special, just to breathe and be with myself. After a few minutes, something softened. My shoulders, my jaw, even my womb area, which often feels tense or numb. There was warmth there now, a pulse, and then a sensation I can only describe as a presence. It wasn't mental. It didn't arrive as a thought. It was a knowing. And it said without words, I'm here. And I froze because I had never heard my body speak like that before. I had always seen my womb as a thing that walked or hurt or bleed. But then this was a whole being. She was wise, she was gentle, and she had been waiting for me to come home. I stayed laying down, eyes closed, hands still on my belly, and I said internally, what do you want me to know? The answer came slowly, not rushed, not dramatic, just a wave of feeling that translated into these words. I've always known. You don't have to figure it out. Just listen to me. And then that's when I realized all the confusion had been drowning in, all the indecisions, all the mental exhaustions. It wasn't because I didn't have answers. It was because I had been looking for them in the wrong place. The mind had been loud. It had lists and questions and logic. But my womb, she had clarity. And it wasn't because she knew the future. It was because she was anchored in something truer than time. Presence, embodiment, truth. I asked another question. Why don't I hear you more often? And the response was tender. Because you think too fast to feel me. You think so hard that you miss the softness. It wasn't judgment, anything like that. It was truth. And I felt a tear. Maybe it was just me getting emotional, you think. But it was not because I was sad, but because I realized how long I had gone without being fully here in my body, with her, with me. I didn't stay laying there forever, but when I got up, I was different. Not fixed, not transformed into a new woman, just reconnected. And that was more than enough. Since that day, I've started listening more. Not always perfectly. Sometimes I forget and get swept up in old patterns. But now I know the way back. I lie down. I breathe. I place my hand over my womb and I ask, what do you want me to know today? And you know what she tells me? Sometimes it's rest. Sometimes it's wait. Other times it's this is not you. Yes, this is aligned. That's the answer sometimes. It's not about controlling life. It's about partnering with your own inner knowing. So if you're listening to this right now and you're feeling disconnected, unsure, or just tired of trying to figure it all out, maybe it's time to go lower, beneath the thoughts, beneath the expectations, beneath the surface, and just place your hand on your womb. Breathe, wait, listen. She may not shout, she may not even speak in words, but she remembers. She holds your truth. And when you're ready, she'll speak. Not to tell you who to be, but to remind you you already are. Thank you for listening. And if this story stirred up something inside you, a softness, a remembering, a truth, I invite you to keep coming back to your body, to your breath, to the place beneath your navel where the sacred voice lives. Your womb is not a metaphor. She's a guide, and she's waiting.